be knowledgeable of everything that's going on at the same time, and just trying to get everybody on that same rope, same string, that we all move along in the same path. Will be the hardest part, but with these group of guys, I feel like we'll make that pretty easy.
Who surprised you the most?
Man,
Who was you like, man, I didn't know
I
you
feel
could do
like
all
my
that.
answer changes a lot, but like I'd probably say either Denzel or Trent. I mean, I was familiar with Denzel when he was at Florida. I played him my freshman year. Always thought he was pretty good, but then like, of course he was on that championship team, but I feel like they never really gave him his chance to really shine. And since he's been here, I see how much of a threat he is, how hard he works, and he's going to surprise a lot of people this year, and just how much he's able to do. And then Trent Noah, I told people earlier when I first came here in the summer, I think it's my first time I ever spoke to the media, but he's definitely one of the best shooters I've ever seen. I think Coach gave out I think he said that if the next person to make Trent Noah miss in practice gets a gift card, because he was shooting like 90% in practice like over the last 2 weeks. It's actually been crazy the way that he's been shooting the ball, and the way that he's just been able to do it at a high consistent rate, because he's one heck of a shooter.
Where was the gift card to?
I have no clue. Cam Williams made him miss.
Who got it?
Cam Williams. So Cam Williams made him miss. I think he got the gift card. So you'll have to ask Cam what he got the gift card to, because the way he was shooting, we had to make him miss somehow, some way.
Have you felt like you've grown into more of a leadership role since Opega has been out with his injury budgets?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you got a guy like sitting down and been out, somebody has to step up and take that leadership role into more importance. And so the way that I've been built, the way that these guys have been around me, I feel like I've stepped into that leadership role a lot better.
Do you all think you all have the best backcourt in the nation?
Oh yeah, definitely. However people want to spin it and say it, but yeah, I definitely do.
What's been the biggest surprise for you since you got here under Pope? Because you came in, you played in a bunch of different systems. What's been your biggest thing that you said, wow?
I'd just say how positive we are around here. The way that we talk, the way that we watch film, it is very positive. I feel like that's kind of different. Normally growing up, you see all the positive and negatives, and of course, you got to point out the negatives at times. But the way that we talk, the way that we, go about our days, it's such in a positive and good manner that it's kind of surprising to you, and you realize that it grows on you, and you try and be not only just a better player on the court, but also a better person.
So why Kentucky?
Why not Kentucky? It's the best college basketball school in America. It has the best fans. It has the point guard university. I mean, blue blood. I mean, it's everything that you want, and then you got amazing guys around you that want to strive for the same things that you have in life. It's surrounding yourself with the best people.
Yeah, and I know you've probably seen this at the other stops you've had too, guys coming back. But what's it like when Rondo's here, or John Wall, or those guys come back here to hang out with you guys, or even practice with you?
I mean, that's probably the coolest thing that I've just realized so far. I mean, you walk in and you see Cat here, you see Rondo here, you see Tayshaun Prince here. Like that's got to be the coolest thing in the world, to just see guys be able to come back and see how much this university meant to them, and how much they want to be back and still pour into us. So having people like that and guys like those just come in here and seeing randomly has got to be the coolest thing ever.
You said y'all were PGU, but Pat Kelsey said that. Which one is it then?
I mean, I've got nothing bad to say about Louisville, but I mean, if he feels that way, I mean that's great for him. I've watched Louisville growing up too. I mean, Payne Silva was really good. I really liked him. And after that, I can't really name too many for you that can really compete with the great guards that played here at Kentucky. But if he feels like he's got that over there, then that's great for him. But I'm just going based off the facts right now.
I hear you.
A couple of guys have mentioned how BG is really good at setting hard screens and things like that. Just from your perspective, what exactly does that look like? What makes him so good at setting hard screens, and then the after part of that, whether it's popping or rolling?
It's just the will to want to do everything at a high level, from sprinting to a screen to calling out a screen to send a great screen. That all leads to winning. And even the small details like that, like you never people don't emphasize that too much on how setting good screens or sprinting up to a screen can mean to a team. And he takes a lot of pride in doing his job at the highest level he can. And, that's why we love what he does, and that's how he brings so much experience and help to what we need to win.
How has your all's chemistry developed throughout the offseason in that regard in terms of pick and rolls?
I mean, I can tell you that our chemistry has developed an insane amount. First week, we didn't know how to get on the same page. Just two different minds thinking two different ways. But the way that we are now, like, we talk about it every single day, how we want things to go, what we both like. That feels better to us, and how we think of different situations like this or that. So our chemistry has grown insanely.
You're probably not going to play all 40 minutes a game every year. So when you come out and you have whoever it is comes in and kind of takes in that point guard role, what do you expect to see out of that? How will things maybe change a little bit when you go out versus some of your teammates coming in to take your spot?
I mean, I expect, the way nobody here plays the same way. So, but at the end of the day, we all strive, to play this offense to the best that we can, and everybody brings a different point of view and different skill aspects when we play this game. But I feel like whenever I come out the game and the next player comes in the game, it's still going to be the same. Smooth ship sailing, so I expect nothing less. I mean, the guys and the guards that we have here are really great, and we're all on the same page about everything.
You talked about being.
All right, well, just take me through some of the main differences you've noticed from maybe not even Pope in general, but Kentucky versus Florida, Pope versus Golden. Just kind of what are the main differences that you've seen so far?
Not much of a difference. Two great coaches. Just glad to be here at University of Kentucky. Coach Pope's taught me a lot. Just the offenses, we're learning new offenses, putting in new defense and stuff like that. So just learning what the schemes and goal is around here, what to do around here, and just picking up on my leadership. Obviously coming from Florida, just playing behind some great guards, learning from them what they were doing at Florida to picking it up over here. So just putting in different stuff and learning new offensive stuff, getting used to the program and my teammates has been very great this year. So.
You mentioned playing behind other great guards. Walter Clayton, obviously one of those. You got Jaland Lowe there now too. Do you see any comparisons between those two? Are they different players, or kind of what's your general thoughts on Jaland Lowe so far?
Jaland Lowe is amazing. He's a great little shifty guard. He's very quick. Two different players. Walt does what he does. Two different types of guards, but two great, amazing players I play with. Jaland Lowe, he's a great fast point guard. He always creates. His shots getting way better. We work out all the time together, and just seeing him do little things in practices, I try to pick up after him. We just push each other each and every day when we guard each other or whether we're on the same team. It's been good. We're going to make some noise this year.
Where have you seen the strengths of the defensive end so far over the season? Last year, that was kind of an area that they maybe needed to work on a little bit more. You recruited maybe specifically to get better on defense. How have you seen that show itself so far?
It's shown a lot during the practices. Every time we scrimmage, it's pretty hard to score around here. But, I mean, we got a lot of big guys, a lot of great defending guards. They preach defense all the time. We practice probably defense for like 30 minutes of practice, just trying to get better for the season, trying to get really lock down guys this year. And so it's been good so far. We got really great defenders, really great bigs that block shots, and really great guards that keep people in front. So we're gonna have a pretty good defensive team this year.
How much of an emphasis is there going to be on pushing the pace this year, especially having maybe a relatively deep team? You guys can go 10, 11, 12. How much of pushing the pace and trying to maybe outrun the opponent is going to be part of the strategy?
It's definitely going to be a part of the strategy. We like to push the pace a lot here. We like to play fast. So a lot of that just starts on the defensive end. It's getting stops and getting out in transition, getting easy buckets instead of having to run plays a lot is going to be good for us. So I think we're going to be good at that.
Pope back in there mentioned maybe doing some pressing this year. Have y'all started to work on that a little bit?
Yes, sir. He has us pick up 94 feet all the time. Just trying to get in shape to be ready for the season to do that.
Coming off of a championship team last year at Florida, how does this team compare?
No comparison. Two totally different teams, but two great teams. Last year at Florida, we had a great team. Obviously, we won and stuff like that. This year, we got a great group of guys, all transfers and people returning. Just trying to build chemistry and stuff like that we've had on the summer since I came. It's been amazing building chemistry, pushing each other each and every day in practice, and just trying to win number 9 this year. Picking up little schemes that we had offensively and defensively to get number 9.
And then you came here last year and played against Kentucky. Could you imagine then that you would be here in the position you are now?
I couldn't imagine that. I was obviously at Florida trying to win the championship there, but things happen for a reason. But I mean, blessed to be here. thankful for Kentucky and Mark Pope for putting me on the program, and I'm just happy to be here. I can't wait to play at Rupp.
And what's your expectations for the season?
It's my number 9.
What do you think you add to the squad just with that SEC experience, not necessarily from Kentucky, but from Florida?
Just add another energetic guard that can play defense, guard the best guys, bring a lot of energy, score a lot, and just keep my man in front of me and just trying to win games.
How do you think that this team does with defense and really putting some pressure on their opponents?
I think this team's going to do great on the defensive side. We're like really long guards. We got big, tall, big men. I think we're going to make a lot of distractions for the team, the team that we're playing. Our defense is going to come along great. We've been working on it each and every day in practice, pushing each other, so I think we'll be fine defensively.
What has the chemistry been like between you as a transfer and some of the other new guys?
Chemistry has been amazing. Since I first stepped on campus, it felt like I've been here for all my whole college career. The guys gelling well. We hang out on and off the court, not just on the court. And we just hang out each and every day, and we gel pretty good.
What has Coach Pope kind of focused in on you to help build your game and kind of see what you can do for this year?
Definitely my consistency, shooting 3-ball. He loves 3 balls, so just getting in the gym, working on my shots, and then finishing well at 2, trying to get into 50% plus my 2, working on 2 feet in the paint all the time, not shooting off 1 foot and stuff like that. But not just offensively, also defensively, keep my man in front, not playing with my hands, and trying to get in passing lanes to deflect passes and get steals. So.
What's been the biggest adjustment just coming to Kentucky?
No adjustment really. I'm just excited to play in front of the fans. I know it's a lot of fans here. People love basketball here, and it's just going to be fun this year.
Is it going to be nice to have them cheering for you instead of against you?
Definitely.
Do you see yourself taking on more of an on-ball, ball-handling role this year, maybe compared to some of your seasons in Florida?
I think so. I think wherever coach want to push me at, I'm going to excel 100% at. So, I mean, if it's on the ball, off the ball, it don't really matter to me. I can play both, so I'm not really worried about it.
Better offensively, some days aren't as good. You know, shots fall, shots don't. But defense is something that I can come in every day and control, and so it's something that I take pride in as a player. Is my defense and the impact that I'm having is on my team. And I think it's a huge impactor of winning, and so I think it's huge. It's huge for our team, and we're trying to kind of ramp up our expectations of deflections and having an impact. And so it's been glad to lead the way.
Thank you.
How do you feel coming in this year when you can kind of hit the ground running, literally? I mean, you weren't coming in off a 2-year layoff. It's obviously a smoother transition.
Yeah, no, definitely smoother. And I think the biggest thing for me has been I've had a few things that I've pinpointed of things that I want to work on, want to get better. Last year, when coming home, it was everything. I needed to get my body right, and everything in my basketball game was a focus. But I think this offseason, I've pinpointed a few things, like being able to handle the ball and getting to my spots. It's been a huge thing, and something I've improved on. So I think it's the biggest thing is that I've had a better idea of what I need to improve on.
You've got a real handle on the way Mark Pope wants things done. How does that help you? Even though you're still kind of a young guy when it comes to experience, but you can help be a leader on this team.
Yeah, I mean, experience is probably the biggest tool that we have, and you'll see in college basketball, experienced teams are oftentimes successful, and so especially in our offense, having a year under our belt, me and a few of the other guys, it's been that much more of an advantage for us, and so it's been a huge focus of teaching other guys and helping everyone catch up to what we're trying to do as a team as fast as possible, and so that's been a huge emphasis for us.
And yet you're concentrating more on defense. Mark said he's flip-flopped things. Here in the preseason, what's that been like?
Yeah, it's been a lot of defense. Last year was a lot of focus on offense. We still do a lot of offense, but defense has definitely been an emphasis, and it's going to be huge for us, and I think we have the guys to do it.
Where do you fit into that?
I take a lot of pride in my defense and the impact that I can have, and I feel like I've been a leader defensively on our team, and so that's been huge for us, and it will be because we shoot a lot, and they don't always, not every night's our night, and so defense is something that we can control every night and something we do every day. I think a lot of our guys take pride in what we're doing defensively, and so it's been fun to watch.
Do you think it was important to have that month of March last year where you kind of blossomed a little bit more going into year 2? Do you think that really helped you maybe advance yourself going into the offseason and kind of had a little bit under your belt already?
Of course. I think experience is huge and confidence is huge. And so I feel like a belief for myself was big for me, but also big for, I think, the coaches, for my teammates now, is just it's important to have each other's confidence and trust. And so that was big for me. But I think practice has been just as big for gaining each other's trust and confidence, and that's huge for a team. And so, yeah.
Is there a moment in that span in March where maybe you felt like it was starting to click together for you a little bit, or anything in particular?
There's just I don't know if I can pinpoint a time, just because there's so many times that lead up to the time that the fans see. I mean, in practices were huge. They're especially big for you if you're not playing as many minutes as because you're not getting the experience that everyone else is getting out there. You're watching the game, right? And so practices, I learned how to take advantage of practices and all the reps that we're getting there. And so there was so much that I think led up to the moments of then having some success out on the court. I don't know if I can exactly pinpoint a time.
Collin, what's been different this summer comparative to last summer? I know you're probably getting the question, how's your game changed? Mm-hmm. Last summer you were ramping up to get back into basketball. This summer you've got a year under your belt since the 2-year break.
For sure. I mean, there was a big emphasis when I got back on my body, being safe with my body, just because you come back and it's not ready to play at a high level and perform at a high level that you're asking for. So it took time to get my body to that point, and then I guess this summer what's different is my body's there. I feel very confident and comfortable in where I'm at physically, and so I've had a lot more time and been able to put a lot more effort into the basketball side of it, of the skills that I'm needing to improve.
What's your favorite place to eat at in Lexington?
Favorite place to eat at? I love Malone's. Malone's is great. One of my favorites is also the local taco.
You guys go there a lot? You're the 5th person to say that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, I fairly often. I get the fried chicken taco. It's really good. Yeah, I'd say that's probably one of my favorite spots.
Thanks.
Chandler, how much more comfortable are you now entering year 2 here at Kentucky?
Yeah, I mean, having a year of experience has been huge for individually, but also for our team. Having guys returning, it's been that much easier to help guys and understand our offense. Whereas last year, it kind of felt like we were all trying to learn at the same time. We're able to, I guess, act as coaches in that way of teaching reads and guys of what we're trying to do. And so I think that's made the learning curve quicker for us as a team. And so that's stood out to me.
There was a trio of you guys freshmen last year. There's a new trio now. What can you tell them about college basketball life and what to expect here in Kentucky?
Yeah, I mean, you hear about how hard it is as a freshman. As a freshman, you come in with a lot of confidence, right? But I think the learning curve has been great for them in practice. I'm sure you'll ask them. They struggled the first little bit of practices, as any freshman would. You're trying to adjust to what you're trying to do. It's different than high school. You have a different scheme and what you're trying to do offensively. But our freshmen have been awesome. Jasper, Malachi, Braden, they've all come around. Malachi has been awesome. Jasper's been great. His decision making has gotten very good, and so they're learning quick. So it's been good.
You asked Trent about shooting. About Cam, but he said Collin doesn't get enough credit for how good of a shooter.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. No, those guys, Trent and Cam, they're on a different level. But yeah, I appreciate that from Trent. It was nice of him.
You mentioned your ball handling earlier and how you were working on that. What's your comfort level with that throughout going from last season? And do you see yourself taking on more of an on-ball, ball handling type responsibility this season?
Yeah, I mean, in practice I've played a lot of point guard. I've been getting a lot of reps there, off the ball, on the ball, and my goal is to be able to do anything that is asked of me. And so if that's asked of me, if that's what I need to do, I'm ready to handle the ball and have a presence there.
It doesn't go in. That's just how it goes sometimes. And you can't do anything about the outcome, but you can live with it. So that's one thing. You prepare the right way. The same thing throughout the week. You own your shot. You do all that. And if it doesn't go in, then it doesn't go in. You just live with it. So I think that's the growth thing, and we don't look at the outcome.
40 engaged. She said you want your guy to be 40 engaged. What's the definition of this as well?
Yeah, I would just say on and off the court. I mean, in the film room to practice, to doing dummy offense. I feel like all the time having your head on the swivel, be on your P's and Q's, and then know what's going on at all times. I think that, I mean, if you're fully engaged, it can't do anything but help you. Yeah.
Coach noted that you had made large strides this offseason in your development. What are some things that you worked on specifically, or that you feel like you made a big jump from last year?
I would just say just having a year under my belt, kind of knowing what's going on, and I would say the big thing is the people around me. I think that it's so easy whenever I get to play with somebody like Jaland Lowe or somebody like Denzel or Collin. Like, they make the game so easy, and then I come off a Zoom and I have BG setting a screen. It's like, I don't know, like sometimes it gets put on like who actually puts the ball in the hoop, but you don't know about like the hockey assist or something like that. So I think first off, it's the people around me, and then second off, it's the wizard that we have on the clipboard and Coach Pope. I mean, he's always drawing up something to counter the defense. So it's really cool. It makes it easy as a player, and it's super fun to play.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to ask about, I don't know if you saw the Amari Williams podcast that he had where he's talking about doing, or someone was late, they were on time, but they were late, and had to do a bunch of 17s and stuff like that. Well, first of all, is that true? Did that happen? And then, well, go ahead with that. Was that true?
Yeah, that's very true. I remember it. I was running about right over there. After about the sixth one, I'm kind of blacking out. I don't really remember it. But the cool thing about that is it was terrible at the time. We still joke about it, but like when somebody asks about last year, that's like a top 3 thing that I remember. So like, I mean, if we had all those guys from last year, we sit around at dinner. We'll talk about like big win, road trip in the hotel, running for late conditioning. I mean, it's kind of funny now thinking about it, but this year we're not going to let it happen. We don't need that experience. We'll try to handle it. We'll try to handle it better.
I guess it never happened again after that?
No, it didn't. We happened one time, and I think if we had practiced at 1, then we were going to be here like 11 p.m. We were not letting anything happen or anything like that. We were making sure we were on time.
So was there any other like kind of no-nonsense things you learned from last season that Pope employs as a coach, like things that you really have to be on about it, whether it's practice and things like that outside of practice?
Yeah, I mean, and kind of in us, we have 3 100%. 2 of them's basketball related, 1 of them's being on time. So we have being on time, contesting legal. Like, there's no reason to foul 3-point shooter. Like, you can control that. Like, I mean, there's no reason to get in their landing space or hit them. That's controllable. And then we have wedging. That's kind of like our offensive thing. It's just effort if you crash offensive glass. So we have those 3 on times. That's no nonsense. You either do it or you don't play. So.
Did it take a while for everyone to maybe get to those 100 points throughout the course of the offseason, or how did that work?
Yeah, it definitely took some time. I mean, you do have to drill it, and it is a real thing. But once you have your corrections before practice, you don't want to be having 25 wedges before practice even starts, and then your legs are burning, and then you go into a drill. So once we have the punishment, the consequence for it, you kind of pick up on it pretty quick.
How have you seen your growth kind of skyrocket in this second year?
I would say the biggest thing, I just kind of have a feel for college basketball now, a feel for our system. And it definitely makes it easier whenever I have so many good players around me. It's so fun to have guys like Jaland Lowe, Collin, Denzel bring the ball up the floor, and then I have BG or Mo setting a screen. Like, I mean, I have so many good players around me. I have so many good shooters around me that space the floor and kind of give you a little more space. So, and then it doesn't help when you have Coach Pope drawing up ridiculous plays to give you a wide open layup. I mean, that makes you look real good when you can shoot it wide open. So, yeah, that's always good.
Are you feeling any pressure this year, especially with a lot of talk saying that you're one of the best shooters on this team?
I mean, like, we're not outcome driven. I feel like that's a big thing as a shooter. You can shoot it perfect, and sometimes it doesn't go in. So I mean, if it's same preparation, same shot, and it doesn't go in, we'll live with it. But we just hope it goes in.
What have you told like Jasper and Malachi, some of the local guys, about what it's like to play for Kentucky now that you kind of went through it all last year?
Yeah, it really is a dream come true, and they feel the same exact way. I mean, I kind of tell them, like, we were sitting around the other day, and it's like, it kind of is crazy. Like, you grow up, and you're like, Malik Monk, like, there's no way that I'm ever going to be on the same level as Malik Monk. Like, that was one of my favorite players, and now it's kind of like I'm putting on the jersey again for, I mean, it's probably been like 450 days now, and it's the same. Like, the magic is literally still there, and it grows. Like, to be honest, like, now that we're in a year 2 and a whole nother team, we didn't get number 9 in the first year, so now it's like that itch is growing a little bit more, and now we're like, we're practicing super hard, we're ready for it, and do everything we can to give this state another championship.
There's going to be a lot of competition for minutes. How do you kind of see yourself separating yourself, and what kind of role do you play in this one?
Whatever, Pope needs me to be. I mean, I'm an older player, so like I said earlier, I like to mentor some of our younger players, make sure to keep them even keeled through the highs and the lows of the season. It's going to be it's a long year, so being able to help everybody through on and off the court issues, and then on the court, whatever they need. If they I pride myself in being able to shoot threes and space the floor out for we have great guards like Jaland Lowe and other players that like to get downhill, like Mo Diabate is probably the best slasher in the country, I'd say, for sure. Seeing him in practice every day. And so just being able to space the court out, help everybody get open, that's kind of what I pride myself on in offense.
And you look at this current roster makeup, it kind of lost that identity maybe a little bit under Tino and Calipari. Great coaches in that regard, but Kentucky basketball and the legacy of what it is kind of builds on the back of those in-state players from right here in the Commonwealth.
For sure.
You look at this roster, there's a lot of Kentucky players.
Yeah, which is a lot of, it's a little different. When I'm growing up, there wasn't a lot of, like you said earlier, there wasn't a lot of Kentucky players. We got, I think, 5 of us now, and so it's gonna be really interesting to see, if we could just all on the court at one time. That would be kind of fun and crazy. But it means a lot to us, in-state players, and we're able to share to some of these players that aren't from here how much it means to us and how much it means to the state. So I think that really brings this team to even higher levels for sure. Being able to share how much Kentucky basketball means for the state of Kentucky.
Reece, that leads into something I wanted to ask you. I heard in your portal recruitment, in an era of NIL and revenue share, you had better offers than Kentucky, but just being at Kentucky meant that much to you. Can you kind of explain?
Yeah, so I had some great offers from other schools, but it just means more here. Being able to put on this jersey, I think no matter, we're super blessed in NIL and stuff like that, but no matter how much they're willing to, like, this jersey means more than any dollar you can put on it. Pope, kind of talked to me how, like, there's a lot of super wealthy people in the world, but all of them would pay extraordinary money to be able to put on this jersey. So that's kind of what it means to me. Is this means more than money and offers that people are willing to make, and I can't wait to play in front of the city.
How do you see yourself fitting in on this roster? What role do you expect to play?
I've just kind of been saying, whatever Pope needs, if that's on the court, off the court, whatever helps us, win a national championship. When teams that win get to the next level. So that's, we're here to hang a national championship, and we're also here to, compete for our dreams. All of our dreams are to play in the NBA. And then, like you saw, like last year, a team like Florida, everybody that went in the draft got drafted. So I mean, that's kind of how I see how that works. When Kentucky's won national championships and stuff like that, everybody's able to, achieve their dreams. So that's kind of what I look forward to.
How old were you when you saw your first Kentucky game at Rupp Arena?
Man, I don't even have an exact age, but my parents definitely brought me when I was really young.
Do you remember the opponent?
I don't actually. I wish I could tell you.
What's the first game you remember?
My first game, the last one I really remember is we played Alabama at home one day, and then I was able to, bring one of my friends. It was really cool, and it was an awesome game. So that's the last one I really remember.
Reece, Mark Pope called you a big-time basketball player. How does that make you feel?
Oh, it's awesome. A guy like Mark Pope is, one of the highest, IQ coaches, and he played in the NBA. So a guy like that being able to tell you, you're a great basketball player, it means a lot. Coming from such a great basketball mind.
What was the one thing that drove you to come back to play?
Kind of like you just said, you know, it was a team I grew up watching, and it just means more to everybody here than every other school. So kind of that, and then just how much everybody grew here. So, you know, he had some older players last year that, you know, how much their efficiency and stuff like that grew. It's kind of awesome to see, and that kind of drew me closer to coming here.
What do you remember about the recruiting process to get to Kentucky? How quickly did things move? And how quickly did things move from them first reaching out to committing?
It was pretty quick. So, you know, when they reached out, I wanted to, you know, try to like see what my other options were, and, you know, keep it, you know, open-minded. But like in my back of my mind, I knew it was always Kentucky. You know, I just wanted to, you know, just make for sure, you know the 100%. But that was always my go-to for sure, was Kentucky.
And I know you took a visit, kind of went under the radar at the time. What was it like going on campus, meeting with the coaching staff, and how'd you keep it so under the radar?
It was awesome. So I kind of just met here, and then we kind of just walked around, you know, saw the facilities. We were able to talk to all the strength and conditioning coaches, the trainers, and stuff like that. We were able to, you know, we just kept it in-house. You know, I met with Pope in his office, met with all the coaches, and they kind of just shared what their goal was for me. And then after that, it was pretty much over.
Thank you.